Good morning. My name is Alec Mercer, and I'd like to talk to you today about my Nuffield experience, where I had a fantastic time pursuing my chosen topic of how to turn a local niche product into a national niche product. I shall start with a little history of the Mercer family farm. My brother and I are the fourth generation of Mercers to farm near Burton-on-Trent in Staffordshire. The picture here was taken in 1970 and shows my great-grandfather, my grandfather, and my father. Back then, the farm was a classic mixed farm, growing and rearing virtually everything possible, from grass seed to turkeys, from potatoes to pedigree pigs. The farm is now run by my father, my brother, and myself. It's still a mixed farm, consisting of many traditional farming activities, such as pig production, arable cropping, and chicken production, but it's also diversified into environmental schemes, rural offices, commercial storage, and a meat distribution company. I was very keen to join the family farm in 2006 when I left Newcastle University. However, I wanted to offer something else to the family business. So after a lot of research, I decided to set up Packingtown Poultry. I now run this and manage other elements of the farm along with my dad and my brother. The aims at Packingtown are very simple. We want to rear our livestock in the best possible conditions, ensuring high welfare and environmental sustainability. This sees us running small flocks in mobile sheds, ensuring low stocking density, whilst feeding a bespoke diet, ensuring tenderness and flavour. This all results in a delicious roasting chicken for a family Sunday roast. The chickens are then distributed using our own distribution channels and other wholesalers to farm shops and butchers around the country. I'd like to see Packingtown Poultry grow and flourish. However, it can be challenging expanding in a tough marketplace with a premium product. I do believe, though, that the average consumer is becoming increasingly knowledgeable and aware of how their food is reared and where it comes from. I believe this offers a brilliant opportunity for us and demonstrates the potential in the market. So why do a Nuffield? Well, I've always been very interested in doing a Nuffield. With my dad, a 1986 scholar, I grew up with guests from all over the world staying with us for periods of time. The one thing which was consistent with all of them was their enthusiasm for their industry and the level of knowledge and passion they had for it. Therefore, I was convinced that there would not be a better opportunity for me to research my topic. I decided to make my topic how to turn a local niche product into a national niche product. I wanted to understand how companies had grown from small local businesses to holding a national or international status, and how they had used their brand and marketing to achieve this. I decided to research my topic in countries which shared similar Western values to ourselves. I visited businesses in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, the States, and all across the UK. In total, I was able to visit 74 different businesses in 5 countries and 3 continents. So I knew it was going to be a busy year. Especially when I'd also decided to get engaged and married to Pippa during the process as well. I think this would be an ideal opportunity for me to thank my family for their help whilst I was away. My dad and my brother for looking after my areas whilst I was away, or at least not telling me there was a problem until I got back. My mum for looking after my dog and helping avoid a horrific kennel bill. And to Pippa, my wonderful wife, for her support whilst I was away and for being a fantastic travel partner in the States and Canada. Now back to the topic. I think at the start it's worth explaining what a niche actually is. A niche is a product which focuses on a particular subset of the market, and in doing so makes that product more appealing to a particular customer. Niches occur in all markets, from apparently commodity-based markets, like a particular contract for a certain variety of wheat, like Solstice for Warburtons, or to the more obvious, like luxury cars and designer shoes. I believe niche opportunities are all around us, and they're relevant in all industries. It's widely understood that marketing revolves around the 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. The 4 Ps are as relevant today as ever. However, they have evolved. The aim of marketing and branding is to try and create loyalty from consumers towards your product. I was keen to look at businesses from all sectors to see how they had created loyalty towards their brand. I did not just limit myself to agricultural businesses, as I believe that as farmers, we have a great deal to learn from other industries. I visited a range of businesses, from cosmetic companies to household white goods, from international airlines to dried fruit producers, and many more in between. A few businesses I visited had some fairly imaginative ideas on how to drive awareness and desirability of their brand. Oyster farmer Lester Marshall, a Nuffield scholar from South Australia, is known for selling $100 oysters the size of your hand. As it happens, he's only sold a couple of these. But he's gained huge amounts of both regional and national publicity from it. This, of course, then gives him the opportunity to make people aware of his regular oysters. Another great example of brands driving awareness and desirability is Paramount Farms, the world's biggest grower and packer of pistachios based in California. They're having a huge push all over the world with their brand, Wonderful Pistachios, especially in the States, where they have committed to a marketing budget of $25 million a year. Wonderful Pistachios have used today's popular faces and personalities, like Kermit the Frog and the Simpsons, to gain awareness and desirability of their brand amongst their target market of young American families. Wonderful Pistachios then took it one step further and partnered with the world's most downloaded video game and mobile phone app, Angry Birds. The partnership allowed them to create a video game specifically appealing to their mass target market. To date, they have had over 2.5 million minutes of fan engagement with people playing the Wonderful Pistachios Angry Birds game. No matter how big or small a company I met was, businesses all seem to be striving for increased consumer engagement and amplified brand personality within their market. This really hit home for me when speaking to John Atkins of Atkins Ranch in New Zealand. Atkins Ranch now sells 17,000 lambs a week globally, but mainly into the States. Even at this size, John every year will take a number of his farmers over to the stores in the States to give live demonstrations on how to cook the lamb and to allow for interaction with the end consumer. It was clear that values play a key part in the operations and communications of small and national businesses. A good example of this is the vacuum manufacturer Dyson. Here, if you asked any of the employees what Dyson's business values are, you'll get the same answer from everyone: relentless perfection. That literally tells you everything you need to know about Dyson and how they go about doing their business. Social media. Social media allows you to give your brand personality by creating a buzz from the bottom up, thus increasing your product's appeal cheaply. This really hit home when speaking to the head of marketing at Air New Zealand. He told me how nearly all of their resources were going into social media, following such fantastic results from a certain in-flight safety video. It showed the air stewards and stewardesses giving the normal safety demonstration, but with a twist. Their uniforms were actually spray painted on. Not only did this give the airline a personality amongst a crowded marketplace, but it also got people talking, with over 7 million views on YouTube, as well as coverage in many international papers. Social media, however, can work both ways. If somebody does not like your product or service, then they have the ability to tell the world very quickly. The company who decides to ignore the end consumer in this digital age does so at their peril. Knowing your consumer through extensive research and feeling confident that you are producing a product that the market requires can open more doors into a mass market. You might find that what is the norm in the marketplace is not necessarily the best. The example of Ella's Kitchen, the baby food manufacturer, is relevant here. They sent researchers into supermarkets to watch mothers buy baby food and then watch them at the home. They found that the mothers were obviously very busy and often had their hands full. Ella's Kitchen then looked at the competition and realized that most of the baby food was presented in glass jars, which often required a spoon for feeding. Their answer to this was to create an easy-to-use baby food pouch, which would only require one hand to feed or even allow the child to feed themselves. Ella's Kitchen, which was founded in 2006, was in the Times top 100 fastest-growing companies in 2009, 10, and 11. It's amazing what can be improved when you look at the everyday. So what did I learn? I began by looking at the 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. I still believe they're the building blocks, but they have evolved. I noticed that every company, regardless of their size, was trying to make their brand more appealing to the end consumer. It was no longer just about the product. The niche was the buzz and the conversations going on around the brand. And now with the growth of social media, these conversations are two-way. Businesses are trying to increase awareness and desirability by engaging with consumers more and offering a brand with values and personality that the end consumer can connect with, whilst giving them an advantage against their competition. The size of a company, and therefore its budget, simply dictated how they could get their messages and personality across. It's also very important to try and quantify the success of your initiatives. As the famous saying goes, I know half the money I spend on marketing is wasted. The problem is I don't know which half. So what have I done since I finished my travels? Since finishing, we have decided to focus more on the end consumer, with our company and family values at the core of what we do. We have completely rebranded our pork and poultry brands so that they fall under the one Packingtown free-range brand. This has meant an overhaul in all marketing communications to give consumers a clearer understanding of who we are and what we do, but in a more premium way to reflect that of our product and target market. We are growing online with an increasing number of likes on Facebook and followers on Twitter, and are working closely with food bloggers to drive organic word of mouth amongst our target foodie audience. The last 2 years have been challenging, especially considering the environmental conditions. However, we have been able to grow, which has been hugely satisfying. I must end with some very sincere thank yous. Thank you to the Nuffield Farming Scholarship Trust for giving me such an opportunity. Thank you to the Worshipful Company of Farmers for taking a genuine interest in my topic and for sponsoring me. I'm truly grateful to you both. I've enjoyed the experience hugely and will cherish the memories for many years to come. Thank you.